Hello, fellow gardeners. Welcome to Smart Garden, where we believe the growing season doesn't have to end when the calendar flips to autumn. If you've ever thought your pepper plants were destined for the compost pile once October arrives, I'm here to turn that assumption upside down. Today we're exploring one of gardening's best-kept secrets, the art of harvesting vibrant, fresh peppers deep into November, defying everything conventional gardening wisdom tells us about cold weather cultivation. The winter garden's secret weapon, why most gardeners miss out. Picture this, it's late October, your pepper plants are still loaded with fruit, and you're watching the weather forecast nervously, knowing that the first hard frost is just around the corner. Most gardeners accept this as the inevitable end of their pepper season. But here's what they don't realize. They're giving up months of potential harvest and fresh produce by following outdated assumptions about when peppers can no longer thrive. The shocking truth that separates successful late-season pepper growers from those who surrender is understanding that peppers aren't as cold-sensitive as many believe, especially when you employ strategic growing techniques. While peppers originated in warm climates and certainly prefer heat, certain varieties possess remarkable resilience in cooler conditions, and with proper protection methods, even traditional pepper plants can continue producing well into November. The key lies not in fighting against the season's natural cooling, but in working intelligently with it. By implementing protective measures and selecting the right varieties, you can extend your harvest by weeks or even months, giving you an unexpected winter yield that will make your neighbors wonder what gardening magic you've discovered. The real advantage here goes beyond mere novelty. This is about maximizing your investment in seeds, soil amendments, and the countless hours you've already spent tending these plants throughout spring and summer. When you implement November pepper strategies, you're essentially doubling down on your harvest potential while others are already planning next year's garden. It's a game-changing approach that transforms your pepper patch from a seasonal curiosity into a year-round productivity powerhouse. You know, not all peppers are created equal when it comes to cool season cultivation. If you're serious about extending your harvest into November, you really need to start with varieties that have proven track records in these conditions. The Aji carapita, which is a small South American pepper, actually demonstrates remarkable cold tolerance and can keep producing even as nighttime temperatures dip significantly. Habanero varieties, especially those early maturing types that ripen in around 80 days, give you that crucial window before the hard freeze arrives. Serrano peppers are another excellent choice, offering both relatively quick maturation times and decent performance in cooler weather. And hey, don't overlook shishito and padron peppers either. These are often harvested while they're still green or just ripe, which means they don't require the extended heat that fully mature red or orange peppers demand. Beyond variety selection, you'll need to make some critical adjustments to your growing environment as temperatures drop. First, assess your light situation carefully. As November approaches, days become significantly shorter and the sun's angle lowers. So, you'll want to ensure your pepper plants receive the maximum available sunlight. Ideally, that's 6 to 8 hours of direct sun each day. Soil management in late autumn really does require a different approach than summer cultivation. Cooler soil temperatures mean slower nutrient uptake and reduced root activity. It's important to test your soil and ensure you have adequate phosphorus levels, which specifically encourage flowering and fruiting even when conditions are, less than ideal. Physical protection methods are genuinely where November pepper success truly lies. Row covers and cold frames are your best friends here. A simple row cover draped over plants on evenings when frost threatens can protect them from damage without requiring any kind of complicated infrastructure. More permanent solutions like cold frames, essentially mini greenhouses, can boost temperatures by 10 to 15 degrees Fahrenheit, providing enough protection for your peppers to continue developing. Even upturned 5-gallon buckets or cloches placed over individual plants can provide crucial frost protection on critical nights. The investment in these protection tools is minimal compared to the extended harvest they provide. As your pepper plants continue producing through autumn, they're working harder than ever to maintain existing fruit while developing new flowers and peppers in increasingly challenging conditions. This demands a strategic nutrition plan that keeps these workhorse plants fueled, rather than heavy nitrogen applications that encourage leafy growth at the expense of fruit. Shift toward higher phosphorus and potassium fertilizers. A balanced approach using moderate applications of fertilizer every 2 to 3 weeks will sustain fruiting without overstimulating the plant. Pruning strategy takes on new significance in late-season pepper production. Rather than allowing your plants to develop wild, untamed growth, implement selective pruning that removes lower leaves and interior branches that produce excessive shade. This opens up the plant's interior to maximize light penetration to developing fruits and flowers. Remove any diseased or damaged foliage immediately, as cooler, wetter autumn conditions create perfect conditions for fungal problems. Focus your pruning on directing the plant's energy toward fruit production rather than vegetative growth. Something remarkable happens when peppers are forced to mature under cooler conditions. Their flavor profiles intensify dramatically. Those peppers you harvest in November develop deeper, more complex heat levels and more nuanced flavor characteristics than their summer counterparts. There's a certain richness and depth that summer-ripened peppers simply don't achieve. So, if you're a culinary enthusiast, you'll discover that late-season peppers really deserve a place of honor in your kitchen, possibly saved for special dishes rather than everyday meals. The financial benefits are equally compelling. By the time November arrives, grocery store pepper prices often climb significantly as local supply dwindles. Having your own homegrown peppers at this critical moment means, avoiding premium supermarket prices while enjoying superior quality and flavor. There's also genuine food security in knowing you can provide fresh produce for your own table when commercial availability becomes limited. Over a season, the cost savings from extending your harvest can be substantial, far exceeding any small investment you make in protective materials. Beyond the tangible benefits lies something less quantifiable but equally important: the profound satisfaction of defying conventional gardening wisdom. Successfully extending your pepper season into November transforms you from a gardener who follows rules into an innovator who bends them. It's proof that with knowledge, strategy, and a willingness to experiment, you can accomplish things that seem impossible. That sense of accomplishment and mastery over your growing environment is, honestly, addictive and deeply rewarding. Ready to revolutionize your pepper harvest? Begin immediately by researching and sourcing appropriate varieties. Bulgarian carrot, early habanero, aji charapita, or serrano peppers are all excellent starting points. If you're already growing peppers this season, identify which plants show promise for extended production and begin preparing protection materials now, before the first frost warning arrives. Check your garden's light situation and make any necessary adjustments to maximize autumn illumination. Gather your protective materials, row covers, cold frames or cloches, and test them to ensure they're in good working order. Prepare a late-season feeding schedule using phosphorus and potassium-rich fertilizers, and walk through your pepper beds, identifying diseased foliage that needs removal and pruning opportunities that will improve light penetration. We'd love to hear from you. Share your November pepper success stories in the comments below. Tell us which varieties you're extending and what protection methods work best in your climate. Subscribe to Smart Garden for more innovative strategies that will transform your gardening results. Together, we're proving that the growing season is only over when we decide it is. Happy harvesting!